In El Salvador's war against gangs, there is no mercy. Inmates are treated like enemy combatants, prisoners of a war where the rule of law is often ignored. The country's new mega prison is the largest in Latin America, space for 40,000.
Our successes against the threat that we continue to face requires an unrelenting focus and commitment on all our parts. It also requires consistent evaluation and analysis to ensure the effectiveness of our efforts, as well as the willingness to correct course when we assess that the measures we implement are not bearing fruit.
All who they won't post on the tear and the other face love time.
That's all they know.
Just hold up your head and nothing for your giant, them your breath time.
Simple thing to a giant.
Life is a delicate subject and a predicate. Badness does elevate, fuck a lot of delegate. Mama say never the fret, youths now waste your intellect. Mistake which I correct, live life with no regret. The ladder of success will feature. Fly prison don't give me the visa. With jailhouse man a star and clean and the dirty might have but we clean.
Good day, my wonderful friends. It's me again, the great, one more great countryman. Remember to like, share and subscribe and click on another video. Now, more big up all of the subscribers them, and big up my Vinci friend them, yo. I'm a Trini friend, I'm a Jamaican friend scene. And you know say Thanksgiving coming, so more everybody know say them feel have a happy Thanksgiving and celebrate with your family. Now, here's why I know that what Andrew is talking about to the people them, all he does is use a lot of big words, and their crime, their approach to fight murders and crime is bullshit. And I've always said this. I have said, you know, we need to build a big time prison on Pigeon Quay that can hold even, you know, I said 3,000, but we need to go bigger than that. You understand? Now, before I even talk about that, I just want you guys to listen to what the president of El Salvador did. And listen, what he did, a lot of countries in Central America and Latin America, other places, is looking to do this to curb the gang problem. And I've always said that we need to do things like these. Listen to this.
The Central American country introduced tough laws last year to tackle the shocking numbers of murders and violent crime carried out by gangs. But the United Nations, among others, say the measures have come at the expense of human rights, with arbitrary arrests, torture and deaths.
Now, there's a lot of criticism this president in El Salvador is getting from human rights. But, you know, you see, human rights, they're not the ones living in these countries. They're not the ones dealing with the killing and have to hear people crying. Just like how a lot of people is not the ones doing these vlogs and all these murders and all these killing and all the gang and all the bullshit they're doing. You understand? I am the one got to listen to it. And then you have some human rights organization, they come out and they make bullshit talk. But listen to the rest of this.
In 2015, there were more than 6,500 murders in El Salvador, the worst murder rate in the world. By last year, the number of murders had fallen by 92% to fewer than 500.
Now, do you want a better statistics? It's right there. It was 6,650 murder in 2015. Now in 2022, when the president came out with this new law, the real state of emergency to tackle gang, there is less than 500 murders in that country. That's the proof right there. Why is Andrew not talking about real raw data? You see what I'm saying?
The current prison population there has now swelled to between 90 and 100,000.
In El Salvador's war against gangs, there is no mercy. Inmates are treated like enemy combatants, prisoners of a war where the rule of law is often ignored. The country's new mega prison is the largest in Latin America, space for 40,000.
No, I'm not gonna turn this into no witch hunt for Andrew. You understand? You guys can look at the screen right there and you see the kind of thing that we're saying in Jamaica. We want to get rid of the gang culture, this, that, whatever. But what I am saying, if Jamaica is ready and the people and the Prime Minister, we need to do a referendum. We need to take the same approach as El Salvador. We need to suspend some constitutional rights. You understand? And we need to build a big prison. We need to build the infrastructure first, build the prison, and then we move towards the law. Now, I want to talk about the PNP government too. Now, you see the PNP, they have been talking a lot of thing about constitutional rights has been violated. So you see the PNP, they are set a bunch of ass too. They need to get on board and do this thing properly if we want to curb crime. Now, I want to know, listen to this, and then I'm gonna come back and wrap up this, okay?
My life ended the day they took my children away from me.
Yvette Toledo lives with the legacy of their murderous reign. She has permanent police protection after her son and daughter were decapitated by the gangs.
Mi vida ahora es bien diferente en todas las áreas.
My life is very different now in every way.
La mitad de mi vida, sino que
They didn't just take away half of my life,
sueños,
they took away my dreams
anhelos.
and the future I had with them.
The government's not just locking up living gang members, but also expunging all trace of those who've died. By destroying their graves, they are dismantling their legacy. The crackdown has brought peace, but at what cost?
Y'all watch that little clip, and not only are they locking up gang members, they're also destroying their graves. So all that big uppity cemetery thing with the gravestone, they're destroying that. And I think that's the way Jamaica needs to go. Now, everything with Jamaica talk about special SEO, this, that, blah, blah, blah. All that right there is a waste of time, money, energy, and actually a waste of life. If Jamaica really wanted to solve this problem, the People's National Party and the JLP, they would come to a consensus and they would take the approach of what El Salvador did, which is suspend certain constitutional rights, you understand, while they enhance other constitutional rights. So this gives them the right to arrest anybody that they say or think is in a gang, and there is no public courts. You can't see a lawyer, and everything is dealt with in secrecy. Now, they built a prison of that to hold 40,000 people, inmates, and they're transferring inmates there as we speak. Now, El Salvador murder rate dropped from 6,000 to to 496. From 6,500 a year to 496 for 1 year. I think if Jamaica was serious, and when I say Jamaica, I'm talking the politicians, they would make a move like this. Y'all watch this video and y'all see that the El Salvador approach, which is something that I have been saying for years, those of you who knows this channel, it works. You have to go big or stay home when you're dealing with this gang. You have to have the power to arrest anybody that you suspect with gang. We have to have the place to put these criminals. We have to have the resource. You understand? Even in this video, you notice the lady said she's been underneath real police guard. So I'm quite sure El Salvador start paying their police officers properly, and the army start bringing up the country. And you can look at the statistic in terms of businesses and economics. El Salvador is one of the best country right now in Latin, Central America, and the world. So, yo, Jamaica, take heed and take a page out of El Salvador book. Now, the question I'm asking, do you really think the people them in our country want us to solve crime? Leave your comment. My name is Countryman. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on another video. Peace.